Hi, welcome to Bookkeeping Journey. Today's video, I have Loululima, and she is a travel guru. I have nothing else to say but to take you into my computer screen and let you meet Lulu. Here we go.
Hi, everybody. I'm Loululima. I'm your travel guru. My company is called Book Here, Give Here, and it's all about travel that gives. We basically curate every single trip for you. So everything that we do is completely curated and vetted, and you have a personal concierge. And the best part about this is that we have social responsibility attached at no extra cost. So you can donate to a local charity here in the States just for booking a trip. And on top of that, in destination, if you like, we can do a volunteerism trip, or we can also just make sure that you know that we're using local vendors, small business owners like myself and Elizabeth, to make sure that travel remains sustainable. So at the end of the day, it's all about making sure that you have an amazing experience. All I want to do is give you the best memory ever.
Listen, you're talking, right, Lulu? And
Yeah.
I was just on vacation with your voice. I don't know if it's because it's like your experience or how much times you probably did this. I think probably it might be your background, but it's something about you just breathe travel. That's what it is.
Thank you. I'm very passionate about it. It's truly my heart and soul. I love everything to do with hospitality and tourism. I've been in the industry for over 23 years. So I lived in Switzerland. I studied hospitality management. So I went and at 17, just picked up, left, no parents. And after classes were done on a Thursday afternoon or a Friday midday, I was gone till Monday morning class. And I got to tell you, that was the best way for me to see travel, all of Europe. And I just backpacked and I got to meet a great number of people who are still friends, after 30 years. And I absolutely love it. So my experience goes from not just being an avid traveler myself, but rather being in the industry. I actually have worked for Travelocity for many years. I worked for Travel Zoo as well. So I know what's out there. I know what the fine print is. And I like to make sure that consumers know that I bring them the value of their money, of their time, creating that effortless vacation. I think that's one of the most important pieces that people need to realize, that planning a trip can be stressful, and it shouldn't be. Leave it to the professionals so that we can go ahead and make sure you have the best time possible.
Wow, Lulu. Listen, so my question for you now is, with all COVID and everything, because I've heard how good you are with your travel, because remember, I'm friends with Sharon, and I was in the meeting when she was talking about how you helped with her travel and how easy and how smooth it went. So I've heard a review about you already. I don't think that is what really connected me with you, because when I came, so for everybody to know, I met Lulu on a virtual meeting.
Yes.
And it was a meeting I was invited to. And it was just something about your spirit, your smile. You just, bloom of hospitality. And because I used to work in the hotel industry too, so I can tell the true smiles, the true people that are passionate, and then the ones that are just there to just collect paycheck, right? But my question is, with COVID going on, and obviously people are like scared to travel and stuff. So this is like talking about people. You can talk about people in the US, because obviously that's where you are based. So what? And then obviously, even if someone international like me wanted to look to travel, what would you advise? Because obviously, I think because I'm not 100% sure, but I've heard that there is a 14-day quarantine still going on. So could you talk about that?
Yeah, Absolutely. So in the States, it really depends. If you're traveling within the states themselves, each state now has different rules on who has to quarantine, what you can do, what you can't do, etc. So I think it's important that you know the person, whoever is helping you book your trip, is aware of all of those moving pieces, right? So we want to make sure that we know all the rules. And then when you come home, there's obviously a lot of those moving pieces as well, in terms of some states are requiring quarantine, some states are not. Some people just choose to do it. So there's a lot of different levels. With COVID, the first thing you have to do is you have to know what you are comfortable doing. And because if you're not comfortable going to the grocery store right now, you're probably not going to be comfortable going to a hotel. So the first thing I always suggest people to do is to take a look at a platform that's called Hotels by Day. Hotels by Day is actually something that you can find on my website. It's under flexible day stays. And the concept is that you can focus on just blocking a set of hours and seeing what's the check-in feel like? What does, being in my room and really entail? What does it really entail for me to, do room service if they have it available, or go to the pool if it's open? So little things like that, right? So what does valet look like today? I mean, because so many of us are used to valeting our cars, right? So now we're handing off our car in COVID times. And so what does that mean? How does that, what's the reaction to that? And then the next part is, well, okay, I'm okay with leaving my neighborhood. So let's go to the next step and let's maybe take a car ride, 2-hour car ride. So we're still close to home, but not that far away, and maybe spend an overnight and see what that feels like. Oh, you want to do a little bit longer of a car ride? Great. So maybe we'll go on a road trip. So we'll do maybe 4 hours or 5 hours. You want to venture out a little bit more? You want to take a plane? Great. I actually went on a trip to Cancun a week and a half ago. And so I was able to document what the traveler journey was like. It's all on my Facebook page. I'm actually creating a video that will hopefully be done. I'm crossing my fingers and saying by the end of next week, that will be the traveler journey. So that way we can see all of the moving pieces. What did I experience? What was it like for me to leave Austin Airport? That's where I'm based. How was it to change planes? What did my flights look like? What happened when I got to Mexican in Cancun at the airport? What about sanitizing my luggage when I got to the hotel? Where are all the hand sanitizers? What about the bathroom issue when you're when you're on a plane, right? So, are they actually really cleaning it? They said they would be, and now, what was a real life experience? So like you want to have a lot of these steps. And then once you're at the resort, what does the resort allow me to do or not do? Because every resort has different rules. What is all the staff doing? What, can I swim in the swimming pool? How is social distancing? Can I participate in activities? All those things, right? So you want to just kind of make sure that you know what's available, when it's available, and how you're going to react. So we have to kind of go through a lot of those steps. So I really tried in that user journey to really give you an opportunity to see my personal experience. What did my trip home look like? Oh, my flight was delayed. What were my options to come home? So I obviously, as a travel professional, if I know my flight on the way home was already going to be delayed 5 hours, I was already looking for what other airline could get me home within the allotted time frame. And I was able to find another flight, cancel the one I have, because there's flexible booking policies right now. There's opportunities to do a lot of that stuff, but you don't need to be messing with that. That's what a travel professional does, right? So I bring all of those pieces to the table for you. So now that I went to a resort and I had a great time and I was filming live, I was on the beach, I was in the pool, I was participating. I kind of had a vacation, even though it was a working vacation. I got some vitamin C. And that, to me, was the best mental health. Now, moving on to the next step of that is you mentioned international travelers. Depending on what your passport is, depends on what rules there are. Because it's not only just your passport, but also where is your residency. So you have a Barbados passport, correct? Great. But you have a residency in Miami, or you have a resident. And so if you do, and it's in your passport, well, you might be linked to US laws. But if you don't have that, then you have only the freedom of your passport. So you get to go and do what you want. So your residency is also linked to your passport. So you may have a passport from one country, but a residency in another. And that also creates different laws and levels of what you're going to be allowed to do or not do, or countries you're going to be allowed to enter. So it's a really complicated state of affairs. You need to, and even though there are many countries where we don't require visas, we're now being required for COVID tests that are within 72 hours of travel. I mean, some countries will allow 5 to 7 days, but at the end of the day, depending on where you are, it's going to depend on how quickly you can get that COVID test. And it's not just any COVID test. It's a PCR test. So you have to make sure you get the right one. Because if you get the wrong one, it's no good.
Wow. Now you've actually just grew my brain. But at the same time, with good, because obviously a lot of people are stuck at home, probably scared about the whole thing with travel. But it's really good to see too that you got to go to Cancun. It was right. That you
yes,
got
I went to Cancun.
And yeah, I remember I saw some pictures, I think, on social media. Yeah.
Yes, I was posting on my Facebook page.
Right.
And I posted a lot of the lives that I did as I was doing them. I wanted to make sure that people were able to see what I was doing, and I wanted people to partake in my travel. I wanted them to ask real life questions at that point in time. What is it for me to actually have traveled and to have gone and did the Mexican authorities ask me anything? Did I get, what kind of a health screening did I get? I felt safer in Cancun than I do here in Texas.
Wow.
So just to kind of give you an idea, for the visitor, in Mexico, travel is safe.
Wow. Well, I want though, Lulu, when you do that video, so when Lulu does the video, I will definitely link it to at the end of this video, because on YouTube I can link your video at the end, and I will also put it in the description. But when you put it out next week, just send me a message and I will definitely put it in so that people can obviously click from this and be able to go to that to actually see it, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's one thing when people talk about stuff, but it's another thing when you can see it, because obviously you're a travel guru, travel professional, and you are so passionate that you literally risk leaving your country, going to a whole different country and a hotel that people are naturally right now are probably terrified of going to hotels. So being able to see that, I think that's going to put a good ease on the brain for a lot of people and show them, because obviously a lot of things too are based on fear.
Absolutely. And the other thing too is that I practice what I preach and I preach what I practice.
Yeah, I see
that. So I walk the walk. However you want to put whatever cliche is important to you, that's where I'm at. Yeah. So, and it's important for me to be able to do that because I want to be able to tell everybody, hey, if I can do it and I can travel safely, you can too.
Yeah.
I actually had some masks made up that say believe in travel.
Oh my God, that is so cute.
And when you book travel with me, you get one too.
No way.
Need some hand sanitizer? I don't know if you guys can see it.
Yeah. Probably put it towards us. Oh, come on over. Yeah, I can see it.
There you go.
Wow.
So I actually offer you hand sanitizer. I have, so you book a trip with me, you're already going to go, you know,
Sure.
with equipment
Yeah.
completely prepared. So
Okay.
I give you a passport holder. I give you a waterproof container for your phone. So that way when you're on a ski trip or on a beach trip, your phone is taken care of, right? Because your phone, you got to make sure that you've got connectivity. Um, I make sure that, you know, that you have um, a grip for your luggage. So when you check your bags, you can easily find it. So everything is branded. Everything, you know, is, and then when you're traveling with a group, if let's say there's 6 of you, all 6 of you get the mask, the hand sanitizer, and all the goodies.
Okay, so you're definitely going to probably get a lot of people that's going to be like, yay, let me book some travel. Well, that was very, I thank you for this. I thank you, thank you, thank you. Because
No,
I'm
you're very
someone to,
welcome.
Lulu, before I like go on to the closing bit, do you also do offer like for cruises and stuff too?
I do. I offer for all types of travel all around the globe. So basically what my specialty is to focus on curated travel experiences. So whether you're looking at a cruise in Australia or whether you're looking at a cruise for the Caribbean. Right now, obviously, cruising is on hold. However, when it does come back, there's opportunities. There's also river cruising that you can do, not only in Europe, but you can do river cruising in the U.S. as well. So there are things that you didn't realize, but obviously available. So, and the other thing that I do offer that I want to just make sure you're watching folks know is that if you plan far enough in advance, I can offer you travel on layaway, which is basically putting travel on a deposit and then paying it off as you go until the final payment date. So you can basically have, you know, 6 or 8 months of time to pay your trip. So your trip can be paid off and you don't have to get a credit card for it. You don't have to put it on, get interest or take out a loan or anything along those lines. And the other thing by doing travel and layaway is that what you think you can afford at a level now, because this is what you can do right this very second, you can actually extend that a little bit more when you do travel financial planning. And you get to the point where you go, you know what, maybe that 3-star, now I can afford that 5-star. Because what I want, the experience that I want, it might just take me a little longer to pay for it, but I can have it. And once you go to that 5-star experience, you never come back.
It's true. I used to work at a 5 diamond hotel, so I know what you're talking about. My what I want to know now is, do you offer travel and layaway for only U.S. persons or also and anyone anywhere?
So I can do it pretty much anywhere. It just really depends on the trip and how we're aligning it.
Okay.
So it'll be part of the conversation that we have.
Well, I think that is something that a lot of people will love, and I'm glad that you mentioned that you offer that too, because that could be a great help. I know, but you know, when you're able to pay them for something, you are able to get a bit more from, you know, instead of having to look for that lump sum and putting yourself in all that debt. Is sometimes really good to plan forward. You know,
Exactly.
being in, you know, books and bookkeeping, I know about planning. And if you've got a good plan, I'm telling you, you are on the way to have a wonderful trip. You know,
And that's the point, right? Because you want to plan a trip so that you can rejuvenate, so that your mind, body, spirit, your mind, body, soul, however you look at it, gets recharged. And we've been in quarantine for so long, right? So we've been looking at the same 4 walls, or you know, we're in our same area, and we just kind of go, as great as this is, we really need a break. And we needed, and you just need a change of environment. And that change of environment, whether it's for a day or whether it's for 5 days or 7 or however long you want to make it, or what if you want to quarantine somewhere else? You know, that's also an option that people tend to forget, that they go, oh, if I can work from home, I can work from anywhere. So maybe I can go and I can work in a place where I'm allowed to go. and have a good time while you're doing it.
That is so true. That is so true. Like you're working on my brain now, Lulu. What I want to tell everybody before I ask Lulu what is her final thing that she wants to say to you all is Lulu does have a YouTube channel, which I will definitely talk about, linking it at the end. But she shares her travels and stuff like that on there, like the different places that she has offers for. So it's a brilliant place to go to actually look through and watch those videos, because I'm telling you, I've seen one already and I'm like, wow. Because I saw one of your videos when I went to the meeting, and I was like, oh my God, there's such a place like that. So it's good when you actually have video that you can relate to. So definitely I'll put it at the end. So any final thoughts or any final things that you want to say before you go, Lulu?
Well, for those of you guys in the US, if you guys want to have my digital business card, you can text travel to 21,000 and you'll get my information. You'll get an ocean as well that you can listen to anytime that you feel like you're needing that ocean right then and there. And then for those of you guys outside of the US or those unable to text, you can go into loululima.com and you'll get the same digital business card. So you'll be able to actually view that beautiful ocean. Again, my company is called Book Here, Give Here. It's all about travel that gives, and I'd love to be of service.
Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed listening to Lulu and really getting a bit more comfort when you're talking about travel. Make sure you get in contact with Lulu to plan your next vacation. I will put all her information in the description below and talk to her about anything travel, because I am no travel guru. But what I want to hear from you is what you took from the video. What knowledge did you gain when it comes to travel, and did it ease your mentality on traveling again, and probably going and finding out the information on travel in your area and for you and your country. Anyhow, that's it for me today. But before you go, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, because that really helps me, and press that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And I will see you in Monday's video. Bye.